What is up, everyone? Elpro here, and today we're going to be replacing the rear fan of this Dell Optiplex. This is one of the newer towers, and kind of in today's video as well, we're going to debunk some of the myths of my old video, because I did say you couldn't replace the fans on the older slim tower Dells, like the one on the screen right now. However, that's actually completely wrong, because it turns out you can. Except there's very limited choices of, except you're limited to two choices of color. Unlike the more mainstream 120mm fans that are readily available and, more abundant and have a lot of colors, those can be used on the older mini towers, not this one. The older mini towers, Optiplex 780 mini tower, for example, that would work. However, for the newer ones, and for the old slim towers, you gotta use special sizes of fans, which are not readily available and are kind of hard to get. Um, for example, this is the original fan, the back fan for this, and for the older slim tower Dells. So this is basically the exact same fan. This is also the donor fan for this project. But yeah, this is a 90mm fan. And a 92mm will fit fine, except there's just a little more plastic, which doesn't really matter. But this is essentially like one of the only like two colors of fan you can choose from. This is blue, as you can see, blue LED. You can also do red. However, you have to buy one of the Cooler Master coolers. I can't remember which one it is. I'll just show you on screen. Well, yeah, you gotta buy one of those. That has and then you have to take the red fan off, put it in there. So yeah, that's kind of a pain in the butt, but that's kind of the only way. Oh my god, this thing is loud. I'm doing this because these fans are so loud. Listen to that. There you go. So I'm gonna try to talk a little bit louder because that thing is loud. It's pretty loud. So as you can see, this came from Korea. Actually, it took forever to come. I was gonna make this video a month earlier. However, it literally came from Korea. It took a long time to come. But it's finally here, and we're going to put it in here. So, as you can see, this is our donor fan. We're going to go ahead, before we continue, we're going to go ahead and take this out of the package and put it in, and use this system to test whether it works or not, because this has an actual 3-pin on there. You can use 4-pin fans and 3-pin headers. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and we're going to connect this baby onto here, see if it actually powers. I think there's grommets in there, but we're not going to use grommets. I replaced the grommets on this fan with screws. So we're going to use those instead. So let me just go ahead and take this out, put this in, and plug it in there, and see if the baby works. So I'll catch you then. Alright guys, so we have opened up the fan here. So you can see, and this is why this is why I like to keep this donor system. It's just an old compact. I'm really happy I had tested this fan, because as it turns out, it doesn't work. As you can see, the lights turn on, which is nice, but I kind of want it to spin, because there's no reason to have a fan that doesn't spin, So you can see it just like twitches. That's all it does. And to prove that this socket does work, or this header does work, I'm gonna unplug it and then plug this other 40mm that it has inside already. So you can see, I don't know if you can hear it or see it, but it is running. Here, I'll just stick my finger in here so you can hear it. There you go. Yeah, it's running. So I have a couple guesses to this. Maybe because it's not receiving any signal to turn, because it does seem to be moving. It's just not moving at all, which explains why there is no tab for a 3-pin insertion only. It seems that only 4-pin and just 4-pin. So I'm just gonna try to rewire this to the Dell, because that does have PWM, and hopefully it spins, because if it doesn't, I'm gonna. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and grab our donor fan. And well, actually, before we kill our donor fan, let me just demonstrate something here. This is our donor fan, and as I said, these are literally almost the same size, except the Zalman has way too much plastic, as you can see. But the screw holes do line up. So theoretically we could install this, so I'm going to go ahead and try it right now. So catch you guys up when I do. So guys, as I mentioned in the other video, you should separate your wires and get them ready to get cut. So you're just going to chop this off. Don't have my scissors with me, I need to look for them, but you're going to just chop these off. Just chop the whole like connector off. Label them, but I already know which ones is which, so I don't really need to. I've done this a couple times already. So just cut this off the fan, and then just get some masking tape and label every single one of these, and then match them. And just in case you wanted, guys, here's a little rewiring diagram. So go ahead and use this. I'll put it in better resolution here on the screen. So once you do that, you can go ahead and rewire those on your own. You just have to intertwine them, and if you have a soldering iron, go ahead and use it, because it's gonna stay there for a longer time than if you just intertwine it. But intertwining it works fine. It's worked for me pretty well. So hopefully, I think the reason that the fan didn't spin is because there's no PWM signal from the motherboard. So we're gonna hopefully try to rewire it, put it into this connector, plug it into my Dell, and hopefully it spins. And yeah, seems to be a PWM only fan, so we're gonna go ahead and rewire it real quick, and I will go ahead and show you guys what happens after that. Alright guys, I have finished rewiring the fan, and as it turns out, yes, the PWM signal was the thing missing, and holy crap, is that thing bright. So I'm gonna put that in the place of the old fan right there. We're gonna pop this in there, and we're gonna make this thing look nice. And it has shut up just a tiny bit, but once we replace the other fan that's actually on top of it right there, we should get very nice, much better noise levels than we are right now, aka lower. So as you can see, the fan is spinning, and she looks beautiful, guys. We're gonna go ahead and I thought this fan is really good, even though it was just like some supposedly crappy ass fan. So we're gonna go ahead and pop this in the back of my computer. We're gonna go ahead and take my computer off, well, where it is, and then put this little baby in here. So let me go ahead and do that right now, and I will go ahead and show you guys the final results. P.S. This also works on the older slim tower Dells. Don't forget, it's this. So if you want this really cool blue LED fan, you should grab one for yourself. And comes from Korea. It'll take a while to come, but hey, it's not sponsored video, and there you go. If you want to put one of these in your own Dell, it's gonna look really nice, guys. So let me go ahead and show you guys what it looks like inside the case. Alright, so finally we've got the fan installed. That was a pretty big pain in the butt to get the screws in, but I got them in, just after a lot of torque and a lot of grunting. And as you can see, this fan looks great. Look, it's so bright too. I like it. It's good. So here's the old fan. I'm just gonna toss it with the other fan. So they're both the same. So as you can see, you can do this on the newer Optiplexes. Newer, not the newest. I'm not sure about those. You might be able to. I don't actually have one to prove, but I got this one from the Craigslist video I showed you before. So here it is. Now we're also going to get the CPU fan, which is actually the one making the most of the noise. But it's a tiny bit better. It's hard to tell, but there it is, guys. As you can see, the 92mm fits the old 90 slot. So there you go, guys. So thanks for watching, and I just proved myself wrong, but still. Anyway, peace out. Alright, and today's finally the day we fix this huge racket. Listen to this. Yeah, that's pretty loud. So, finally I have the solution to this problem. The one that I've pretty much been waiting for a long time now. Well, not for a long time, but finally it's here. Finally we get to pop it in here into this 9010 and make it shut up for sake, because why not? So let me just give you a brief down. This is another 80mm fan, which lights up as well, and it will solve two problems. The boring aesthetics of this fan and the beauty of this one. Well, actually, yeah, how boring that thing looks, but also the noise. Hopefully this thing makes less noise, and it probably will. It is a third party fan. You almost always third party fans make less noise than the OEM ones. Hydraulic bearings are pretty loud from what I know. So yeah. So finally we are going to fix this with this B-Gears BPWM 80, which is a fan that will fix pretty much all of my problems with this machine. Almost, probably, yeah. So anyways, guys, we're gonna go ahead and do a quick install, and our donor fan's already in there because I'm gonna sacrifice it, because really it won't, well, actually I'm gonna just murder it because who cares. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a small I'm gonna rewire this thing really quickly and pop it in there and show you guys what it does to the noise and the looks of the CPU fan. So let me go ahead and do that for you guys right now and show you how it's, well, not really show you how it's done, but you've already seen, if you've seen my old video, but I'm gonna finally prove myself wrong that yes, there is a PWM 80mm fan. It kind of sucks, but I am basically now proving myself wrong. So here it is, a PWM 80mm fan that will go in there now. So let me just show you guys what's gonna happen here in a moment. Alright guys, we are done here. We have whipped out the tester system, and voila, look at this beauty. Yeah, look at this. So this is gonna be inside my Dell very soon. So we're gonna go ahead and rewire this thing properly, so it fits the Dell 5 pin, which this is not the fan we're gonna sacrifice. We're gonna sacrifice the actual CPU fan, but it uses one of these for the Dells. The Optiplexes, apparently. Not the XPS, which I recently found out. So this beauty will now be inside my Optiplex, not making such a racket, hopefully. So yeah, guys, so as you can see, there she is. So we're gonna make her look nice here in just a moment. So give me a sec. I'm gonna label these cables and get ready to pop her in there. So yeah. So recently I actually found it a lot easier to just label your wires the color of the Dell wire. For example, that one's red, as you can see right there, red, and then just plug it to the red one on here. So that's a little tip from a little bit of a tip if you want to do this on your own Dell. So yeah, red goes with red and then blue goes with blue. Yeah, so I basically did that to all these, label them. So after that, we're just going to slice this off and pop it in there. So I should do that right now. Alright guys, so I've mostly done the wiring, but check this fan out. It is so loud. It's actually kind of not a good thing, but holy crap, check this out. So there it is. I've already got it there wired. That is a like I can feel the air just shooting into my face right now. That is ridiculous, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and mount this thing onto the heatsink now, and we're gonna go ahead and show you the final results. And hopefully it's not ridiculously loud like that, but we'll see. So anyways, guys, let me just go ahead and do that for you right now. Alright guys, finally it's in there. We're gonna get the first boot up and see what the acoustics are in this thing now. Now, I just kind of found out that it's not very as quiet as I would have liked it to be, since this is a pretty high CFM fan. I don't know, it's in there, right there. But here she goes. Ah, look at that. It looks beautiful. So there it is, guys. That's kind of how you do it. And P.S. I do have a complaint about this particular setup. The only complaint is that fan has really thin wires. I snapped them twice, trying to, strip the wires. As it turns out, yeah, This thing still makes quite a bit of noise, but hey, it looks cool, so that's kind of my justification at this point. It looks cool. I mean, it really does look nice, but there it is, guys. That's pretty much it. Finally, 2 blue fans, and it's still pretty loud. It's not. It's actually a little bit more tolerable now because it doesn't do the little whine that old thing did. That thing doesn't do the whine, but at the same time, it is kind of disappointing to see that this thing still makes some noise. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. We finally installed the blue fans, and finally this thing looks lit. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos on the 9010. So anyways, peace out.